Hey everyone, how you doing? Just here today. You are looking at my board here, and I got a little unseen art of Dave Cockrum here. It's a book I've had for a while now. Hey Cass, how you doing? I hope you had a really good time at Christmas Con. Wish I was there. Um, I want to wave to you. There it says wave. I just waved to you. Um, And yeah, I hope to talk to you soon, by the way. Hey everyone, I'll wave back when I can. Showing you a book I have right here. This is the art of Dave Cockrum. This is the first artist. He was very famous for the X-Men, and he was the first artist who reviewed my work to be a professional. And he said he saw this picture of a xenomorph alien that I did, and he like was like, yeah, this is incredible. This is great. So what? And I was like, what do you mean, so what? He's like, well, can you tell a story? When you can tell a story, then you could be a comic book artist. Just because you draw well, even if you're drawing better than everybody else on this line, it doesn't matter. Which I didn't draw better than my brother, my twin brother Ian. But I went home, and my brother and I both went home, and we studied. And eventually, a few years later, I was not even much, maybe a year later, I was a year and a half later, he and I were both assistants, and then with a guy named Mark Pacella, who worked at Marvel. Uh, and uh, and then I stayed on to, when my brother went to college, I stayed on to work on X-Force as an assistant, while Rob was just starting Image Comics and leaving. It was pretty interesting, and I've been in the industry ever since. But anyway, so this is, let me make sure this is on camera. That's on camera. Dave Cockrum, Unseen Art of Dave Cockrum, 1993. This he penciled and inked, nothing on the back. And here, he was responsible for the newer X-Men style after X-Men 90, 98, 96, 98. I always forget the number. Anyway, and he also had something called Starjammers. That was pretty cool. Anyway, if you could see his designs right here, he really knew how to design. He was a really great designer. I've become known as a character designer and toy designer and stuff. And the thing is like Dave, when he inked himself, it was still great. It was awesome. But I always loved for the time that it was done. Even though this looks great, there was a guy, Terry Austin, who inked a lot of people. Now, again, this is great art, and there were some great inkers on Dave. And I think this is some of the best inking he's had on himself, which is inked by himself. But when he was inked by Terry Austin back in the day. You could really see how Terry could gel with almost anyone. He could gel with just about anyone and do an incredible job and help to continue to solidify the artwork. Dave, when he did his X-Men covers for Marvel that John Byrne was drawing the inside, and Terry was inking, man, I mean, I love John's work, but I think if Terry was inking, let me know, by the way, in the comments, anyone who knows what I'm talking about. I think if Terry were to have inked Dave, I think it would have been a different story. Because Terry could also really draw really well, but, back in the day, inkers were pencilers. They just chose to ink. It wasn't that they couldn't draw. There were some who couldn't, but for the most part, you just decided to be an inker. You were an artist, as my buddy Bill Sienkiewicz would say. We're all just artists. Some are better at penciling, some are better at inking, some are better at coloring. But we see some of these. These are 1975, 1976. And you could tell this is more of a scratchy drawing. It's like a quick pen and ink. You could tell through here. Some of them, it looks like he put more time into, and some of them he didn't. Like this one right here. This is a fully finished, cover-ready style ink job. he did over himself. It's beautiful, beautiful. Moonfang. Moonfang. It's a really cool name. Not exactly sure how to pronounce this one. Oops, sorry, shook the camera. Sinara, maybe? Chinara? Sinara? Probably Sinara. Skyhawk. Very cool, Skyhawk. WARHAWK. We got Skyhawk and WARHAWK. Do they fight each other? Let's find out. So here we go. So I'm going through the book, and these are, pretty interesting characters he has here. Here, I really like this. I really like this stuff. Check this stuff out. Dr. Zed, Princess Natani. That's a really nice design. The one leg showing. She's beautiful. She's sexy, but she's not really revealing that much at all. And she's donned with a knife, so she's not a, you got to be careful. You can't mess around with this woman. Windwalker, very nice. Luke Windwalker. Anyway, here we got a little narrative balloon up here. Narrative. Anybody over there? Yeah, I don't think anyone's really in it. Maybe one person's here. Who's here? I can't read it. Back to Pop Media. Hey, back to Pop Media. I don't know if you're still there. Anyway, it says other people are here. Anyway, waving to everyone. Anyway, so I'm sure people will watch this later. But how about Action Splash? This is a mini comic that he put in here, meaning a short story, I should say. Oh, look at that. It's a pretty cool illustration there. Almost looks like Spawn. Look at that. But this is 1993. So yeah, I mean, I think Spawn was 1994, 93. I don't know. Somebody else could tell me. Around the same time, I guess. But it looks, it's cool. This is a really great page. I mean, look at that. That is a really great page. The line weights on here are fantastic. Nice armor suits. Like a bug-like type character, armor, spacesuit. Sort of a heroic sci-fi character here. And then we get into, some of the more famous characters of comics. Dave Cockrum semi-chronological pencil credit list. Afterward, Real Hero by Cliff Meth. Cliff Meth is a good guy. And there you go. So, you know what? I might sketch one of these guys. Let me rotate this camera over to my face. How about that? Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can rotate this. Hey guys, how you doing? All right. Let's see. How's everybody doing? So yeah, Scooby shirt. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a big Scooby fan. Nice toys. Yeah, nice toys. Yeah, there's a lot more around here. This is my studio. Always love seeing this. The script and ink work next to each other. Yeah, I know. Isn't it cool? That's the thing. Is like, if anyone has any questions, you just put them in here, whether it's now or later, and I will write the answer if you have a question about comics or art or how that all works. But I mean, like, I've been in the industry for many years, and I know all this stuff, Anyway, what do I got here? Nice. Right. So, wow, it makes me look like a black guy. It's a shadow from the light. There we go. Better? Yeah, I got a lot of stuff in my studio, guys. I mean, a lot of stuff. Let's see if I can switch this. There you go. So there's just part of the room down. Sorry, I got this on a thing that shakes. I have a Scooby-Doo phone over there. and I have all kinds of statues over there. Firestorm. I've got some Luke Skywalker, Gamera, Batman, Xenomorph Alien. That there's a big poster on the wall back there that has my artwork on it. It's a big Marvel thing. But I have stuff all over the studio, all kinds of stuff, and this is just a little bit of stuff. I need to be locked in and finish my stuff. Yeah, I have all kinds of things here, video games and everything. There's a G.I. Joe cover over there that I did with Sal Buscema. He wrote me a nice letter saying how much he loved it. He was sending it back, but he's like, hey, then if we do 3 of these, I get to keep the third one. I've got all kinds of stuff, though. I mean, like literally tons of stuff. Let's see here. Let me see if I could switch it around. All right, here. Let's see. I bend this. There we go. Some video games and some of my stuff there. Just a few things. I have a whole other room full of stuff. Just an entire room full of stuff as well. This is just a few things. Yeah, arcade machines. Yeah, man. Let's see. Let me switch this way. Yeah, there you go. There's a couple over there. I got a life-size werewolf here and statues and you name it. But again, this is just part of the studio. My studio is like I think it's like 15 by 34 or something like that. Yeah, Skeletor is cool. Yeah, I traded some artwork for that Skeletor. Anytime anyone wants to, if you can't afford a commission, but you got something cool, I might consider trading. I do collect. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, just look. I'll show you some stuff just sitting on my board. I had this all set up, but now it's not. But anyway, here we go. Here's okay. There's some action figures. How to draw with a lot to look at. I don't know, man. I could draw anytime, anywhere, for any reason. Yeah, I just woke up. I just ran a marathon. It doesn't matter. That's the one thing that I could consistently do. But here's that's me with my big Jim doll. That's my let's see here. This right here, down here, that was a gift from Neil Adams. I love Green Lantern. And that was a gift. It was a gift from my wife for Christmas. But Neil had said, "Don't worry about it. Just keep it. I want it to be a gift." So it was pretty cool because I love Neil Adams. He was a good guy, a friend of mine, and an incredible artist. And I miss him a lot. That's from my buddy Chris. I traded. And let's see here. Can we see? Ah, there she is. Right there. There she is. Regan from Exorcist. Some DBZ characters up at the top over there. And some other stuff in there. I had the pleasure of meeting his daughter-in-law, Bridget. And I also got to meet Jason Adams. They both went to my gym. I was receptionist. Oh man, that's cool. Yeah, they're really good people. Anyway, I think I should probably sketch something. Usually people want to see me sketch something. Yeah, really good people. You're correct. They are. They're very, very good people. Very good people. The Adams family. They're really good people. They were good, always good people. And I knew Chris the most, his daughter Chris. Let me try to set this up again. Chris and I saw each other at conventions and things like that all the time, and I know her husband. And let's see how low I can go. Okay, here. All right, so let me sketch one of Dave Cockrum's characters in here. How about that? I kind of like this bulbous head dude. He's kind of cool. Let's see here. No, not that guy. This WARHAWK guys is pretty dang cool. Maybe I think, let me try this WARHAWK guy. I'll move it over here. And let me have some fun with WARHAWK. Hope you guys can see this. Yeah, I think you can. Oh, that's the rim of my hat. Okay. All right, you guys can see this. So I'm going to try to fit it in. I'm just going to get the basic because I've never drawn the character before. See what basically makes this character. This should probably be longer. Some kind of rim over here. This probably goes further out like this and like that. This is the top. It's like a hood. This is like a hood here. And let's see here. His nose will probably come around here. Mouth. And chin. This is a pretty cool character. So eye should be here. So if his eye is here, I'd want his eye there. Anyway, I'll look to see what you guys are saying in a minute. I'm just trying to quickly gesture, this character for the first time. Never drawn him before. Don't know much about him. I don't know anything about him, I should say. But, if it's a Dave Cockrum design, then it's probably better than most people in the industry ever could do, unless you're like John Romita and John Romita Jr. John Romita actually did the first Wolverine drawing. I don't know if you guys know that. So my buddy Herb drew him first in a comic book. But John Romita Sr., who I knew, by the way, over at Marvel, he was the first person to draw Wolverine. And in issue 180, if you look at issue 180, the last page is the first appearance or cameo. First appearance or cameo. I don't know. It's debatable. I say it's a first appearance because I can't remember exactly, so don't chop my head off. That's not for me to know. It's for you guys to find out. I thought that was they actually mentioned his name, or he said something in it. And if he said something in it, I don't know if that's considered a cameo. I guess it is, but it's debatable. Either way, I'm just getting this set up so I know what I'm doing here. So this is the character. This character is really cool. I think I might want to draw this character sometime. So his name again is WARHAWK. How cool is that, WARHAWK? So, you can see I have the basic construction there if anyone's still watching. So I have the basic construction here, and I'll solidify this drawing a little bit. Let me see if this is showing up on camera. I think it is. Let me see. You know what? I want to pull it back a little. Let's see here. Let's see. There we go. Now we got everything. I think we can see everything now, right? Yeah. So let me I'll just slap some ink on here. So you guys can see it. Let me move Big Jim out of the way. Karate chop. Big Jim is from the 70s. He was an action figure. that I had, and I regot. I don't know if that's a word. I regot. Anyway, yeah, this marker's just about had it. Anyway, he was like the most manly character, Big Jim. And I loved it. I loved that there was I'm just looking for another marker, see if I have one here somewhere. Big Jim was just my favorite. You know, I had He-Man, I had all that stuff, but something about Big Jim is just, Big Jim was just, like, you bent his arm, and a muscle popped out. It was, like, cool, and you couldn't see the joints on his arms. It was like rubber. It was the first time I ever saw that, that I recall. And it was cool. It was cool. And they had Big Jim, and they had Big Josh, and they had, I don't know, Big Joe? I don't know. I don't remember anymore. But it was just cool. So here, you know, mostly draw with the elbow. Sometimes a little bit with the wrist is okay if you're doing like a really short line like that one. You know, I normally wouldn't, but I have a camera leaning in front of me as I just bumped into it. So I keep bumping into it, I think. But it makes it easier for you guys to see. But see how I move my entire arm there? And I'm just going to bring this out here, and I'm going to make his nose a little more like a real nose. Pull that out. Normally I would do more line weights. I might add them in later. There we go. Let's see here. I really need my big brush pen. But I'm going to start putting in some detail here. Don't need much. Let's see here. Let's see here. Come like this. And like that. A little cast shadow here, guys. A little cast shadow. So it looks like this thing has dimension. His mouth like that. Drop this down a little here. Now I don't need much more. Like right there. That's it. You know. That's. I mean, there's a lot there. Yeah, this brush is no longer good. Let's see if I have another one that works. It somewhat works. I'll bring this here. Bring this like that. Make the shape a little interesting. Probably gonna make this all black. Put some hatch lines here. Now I'm doing them kind of thick. Sometimes I make them more refined. I'm gonna read your comments here in a minute, but let me see what your comments say. Did I miss anything? No. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, so I need to come over here. I'm assuming that there's going to be a lot of people who will watch like part of this. Try to watch a little bit more so you can get something out of it, you know. And you can learn like some of the quick answers to like why should I do this line like that? Why should I? Or why would I? How could I? Maybe I should. Maybe I could. What's the answer? What's the actual answer from a real professional? And my buddy Sal Buscema, he taught me a lot about inking. And you really want to You want to mix it up. Space, line spacing, line width, line weight. And you want to have a deliberate stroke. So the stroke of the brush. And you want it to be deliberate. You know, you can create, like I hear these are feather strokes. Thick lines, and then with more pressure. Thinner lines, or less pressure, and then pull up at the end. And it makes this like thick to thin. These weren't thick to thin. These I made thick to thin on purpose. So I'm just going to come in here at a really raw angle there. Sorry, guys, I'm bumping it. I'm going to break this up because it's a little boring to have it all the same, because it's sort of like feathers-ish. I think it's feathers, but I don't know if it's necessarily feathers or just some kind of material that's supposed to be, that makes it look like this. But I'm guessing it's probably some, I don't know. I don't know how these things were made. You know, if you're going to base it, I'm assuming he's basing this off of like a bird. So I'm thinking it's, you know, feathery or something, you know. But feathers have a stem through the center, and they have lines like this. They come out like that. So, you know, but what do I know? I just draw stuff. So look, we're getting somewhere. We're almost done, actually. I just fill this in black and kind of break this up, break that up, and let's see where it's going. Yeah, it does. It gets wider in the back. It goes like this. And it has this texture only to like about here. And then it like breaks up, and then I'm gonna just start breaking it up like that. So that's it. That's the character. It's a really cool character. I really love to draw this guy in a book. Anyone who knows Dave Cockrum's family, let me know, his wife or something. Let me know. I'd like to draw this character. It's a really cool character. What you're hearing is me jingling around some things to look for. See if I have a brush down here somewhere, a black marker somewhere that is a thicker brush, because I cannot find my marker brush anywhere. I think it's upstairs. Let's see here. Let's see if I found one. So anyone, I didn't see any questions, so, but that's okay. I'll just keep talking while I look for a brush. Darn it, guys. Sorry, I'm not. Oh, wait. I don't know if this has any ink in it, but no, it's dying. That's supposed to be black. It's dying. It actually looks kind of cool like that, though, doesn't it? Let's see what we got. No, just dead brushes. That ain't working. It's causing a mess, but it's okay. It still kind of looks cool, you know, which is interesting. So let me just continue to look around everywhere in my studio, around my table, but I don't see it. Man, I thought I had a bigger brush here. Anyway. Okay, guys, not finding a bigger brush, so maybe I'll continue this another day, because I really wanted to just finish it, but it's really hard to finish a drawing if all I get is gray out of this and not any real black, when I really need the black to be working, to fill this in. Anyway, I really like the character. Really, really like it. Anyway, again, his name is WARHAWK, created by Dave Cockrum. Let me rotate back to myself. Anyway, all right, guys. That was longer than I expected to stay on, but I wanted to talk about Dave, and anyone who's going to see this later. I know a lot of people don't see it till later on or whatever. But have a good time drawing. Have fun, and I'll see you guys soon, okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Is that what they do? I don't know. And watch the video, you know? Keep your comments to, hey, what's up? How you doing? And try to keep it cordial. If you're going to ask me questions, please just ask me art questions like, hey, this. I don't want to get into long conversations of anything on this, but you know, if you have a question like, what should I do with this? What should I do with that? If I have a chance to, I'll tell you. But either way, just enjoy the drawing of the video. Go learn more about Dave Cockrum and have fun drawing. Okay, guys. We'll see you later. Okay, bye.